Hey, Ravens fans, we're doing a challenge this week here at Chat Sports because on our Titans YouTube channel, yeah, the freaking Titans, someone commented 53 separate times. Typed a comment, clicked enter. Typed a comment, clicked enter. Did it 53 times. It's a record here at Chat Sports. So I'm challenging all of you. Can any of you watching comment 54 or more separate times? Spam Flock in the comments, for example. Type Lamar Jackson. I don't care what it is. Flock just keeps it easy because you're all part of the flock here at the Ravens Rundown. So I'm challenging you Ravens fans to beat that record of 53 comments by one person. You're watching the Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, and we're going to take a look at the top undrafted free agents that could make the roster this upcoming season. Now, when you think of Baltimore, they've had some good UDFAs over the years. How about Justin Tucker, who could end up being the best kicker of all time? Obviously, a lot of kickers are undrafted free agents, but still, Bart Scott, great player, great Raven. He's someone to keep in mind. Michael Pierce was a good player. Zach Orr, had he not had the injuries, was on his way to being a great player. Priest Holmes was undrafted. He ended up having a great career, especially with the Kansas City Chiefs as well. So these guys do come along. It's hard to find them, but there are good UDFAs that have great careers. So just keep that in mind as we go through these three guys. Who's the best, as I misread, Ravens UDFA of all time. Best undrafted free agent for the Ravens in franchise history. I think it's got to be either Bart Scott or Justin Tucker, and I might lean Tucker because he's the best kicker in the NFL. Here's to see where the flock lands on this one. Because the Ravens have had a lot of good UDFAs, like we just broke down, and we'll see if any of the guys this year can add to that list. So let's go ahead and start to break these guys down. First one, Josh Ross, the middle linebacker. Could Josh Ross make this football team? I think there's an opportunity for a couple of reasons. One, the Ravens went heavy at Bobby Wagner. They tried to go get him. That didn't happen. So there could be a roster spot open for a linebacker, an inside linebacker, for a guy like Josh Ross, who had a pretty decent college career at the University of Michigan. I thought he had a chance to get drafted. He did not. Had over 100 tackles this past season for the Wolverines. This is a player that is very, very capable of showing what he can bring to the table, and we'll see if he's able to do that this offseason. You look at the linebacker depth chart. Obviously, Patrick Queen is your best inside linebacker. You've got some other pieces like Malik Harrison, but it's not like you're loaded at that position. If they carry 4 or 5 linebackers, they could sneak Ross onto this team. Obviously, Queen's your guy. Who's the other guy, though? Who's going to start next to him? I'm not going to say Ross is going to come in here and start, but can he compete? Can he earn a roster spot? I think he's a prime practice squad candidate with the chance to make the 53-man roster. How confident are you in the Ravens middle linebacker? Scale it from 1 to 100, 1 being not at all, 100 being supremely. Patrick Queen helps. That goes a long way. But how do you feel about the unit as a whole? Scale it from 1 to 100. Let's go to Jeremiah Moon, who had a long college career. I thought he had a chance to get drafted in the 6th or the 7th round. Has some decent athleticism. Never really had crazy sack production, but he's a guy that I think could give you a couple of sacks. He was good at the University of Florida. He was a good teammate type of culture type of guy as well. But again, career high 3 sacks in 2019. So it's not like he's a guy that's going to come in and give you 10 sacks, at least I don't think. But remember, just like trying to go get Bobby Wagner, the Ravens tried to get Zadarius Smith. That did not work out, so there could be some room on this depth chart. And keep in mind, David Ojabo, who the Ravens added as well, is not going to be healthy early in the season, if at all, so that could leave room for a guy like Jeremiah Moon to make this football team. I think it's possible. I think he fits in this 3-4 scheme pretty well. I think his skill set allows for that for Jeremiah Moon, so I think there's a chance that he could make the team for Baltimore. Will the Ravens have a top 5 defense this season? Always known for defense up in Baltimore. Type Y for yes, type in for no. What say you? Will the Ravens have a top 5 unit on defense this year? All right, Ravens fans, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You're already watching the video. You're already seeing the comments fly in and out as well. Hit that big red subscribe button because you're already here and it's free. There's no harm, no foul. We publish videos 4 or 5 days a week for you guys, so subscribe and join the flock here on the Ravens Rundown. All right, one more UDFA to break down here, and that is Makai Polk out of Mississippi State, who was projected by many as a 6th-round pick. This guy had a 1,000-yard season last year for Mississippi State, 9 touchdowns as well, 105 catches. I was surprised that he did not get drafted. I believe he's got the best chance to make the roster out of all the UDFAs for a couple reasons. One, it's not like the Ravens are loaded at receiver. And two, he's a good player. I think he's got a chance to come in and be a wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5 as a rookie. I was surprised that he did not get selected in the 2022 NFL draft. I thought he was worthy of that. I thought he was a guy that could come in, compete, and earn a roster spot for a team. And I think that's going to be the case, even though he is an undrafted free agent. Now, here's Lance Zierlein of NFL.com, who does a lot of their draft analysis. He said this, quote, "Upside talent with good length and impressive ball skills that could foreshadow more to come. Deciphering Polk's single season of production inside Mike Leach's pass-heavy offense will take work. He's not a great separator underneath and is unlikely to scare anyone with his deep speed. It's easy to spot his high IQ, impressive ball skills through the tape, but he needs additional play strength and razor-sharp route running to counteract his lack of explosiveness." And I think ultimately that's what probably prevented him from being drafted. He's not this supreme athlete, but he tracks the ball well. He can catch the ball in the air and kind of box out defenders from time to time. I like him. I thought, again, he was kind of one of these 6th-round type of talents, and he went undrafted. And that happens. A lot of guys who are projected to go day 3 fall through the cracks. They slip through for whatever reason. Teams probably didn't love his testing numbers and so forth. But I watch him play, and I say that's a football player. That's a guy who can make plays, and I think he's got a chance to make plays on Sunday. You look at this wide receiver group. After Tylan Wallace, I look at this pretty kind of open. I think these top 4 are probably safe. Benjamin Victor, okay. Slade Bolden, I think, is another UDFA that could be intriguing. Keep an eye on him as well. But Makai Polk, I think, can compete for a roster spot. It could come down to how many receivers the Ravens carry. We know they're going to go heavy at tight end, probably at running back. They may only carry 5 receivers. If they carry 6, I think he's got a great shot. If they carry 5, it's going to be tough competition, but it should be fun to see how it plays out. Will any UDFA make the Ravens 53-man roster? Type M for make or type NM for no make. The real ones know what that means. No make on that one. Will a Ravens undrafted free agent make this football team?